Auntie, have you tried it wet yet?
Britain's Worst Driver 2 starts Monday at 8:30 on Bravo.
The one and only Fash the Bash now on Bravo with the big match.
Now it's about 25 yards out. A little bit right of centre. This is a real dangerous position. They've got to cover that near post.
After brushing shins with the stars in last week's celebrity match, it's back to the league for Fash FC.
Oh, that's disgusting. Leslie's come out and Leslie's stranded. Great ball in.
It's a crucial game for Fash and the lads as they seek to climb the table and claim the top spot. But after their shaky league start, can they pull it off? This is Fash FC, the big match. Hello, good evening, I'm Andy Goldstein.
And I'm Caroline Flack. Now, after some great performances in the Cup and the excitement of last week's celebrity match, it's back to the bread and butter of the league for Fash FC.
Now, John Fashanu's team take on Henton FC in their first league game for 2 months. Now, I don't know if you remember, this was the game at the end of last year that was called off due to all the rain flooding the pitch. But I've spoke to all the ground staff here in great detail.
What, Ted?
Spoke to Ted, and he told me exactly if they can or can't play today.
What do you say?
If you want to.
Now, Fash FC can't afford to lose any more matches if they're in with a chance of winning the Henton and District League. So from now on, every game is a cup final from now to the end of the season.
So without any further ado, let's hand you over to one of the best looking men on the show.
What, you?
No, someone who makes all the ladies laugh.
But you're here.
And someone who lives in a ditch and smells. Yep, Andy B.
Rubbish, and absolutely rubbish. Right, welcome to Claremont Road then for Fash FC's first league match of 2004 and the first league game since they battered, and I mean battered, the champions and then league leaders Kings United just before Christmas, a match that really saw Fash FC come of age. Now here's a ball forward for Sam Diamond. It's a tasty one from Brenton Amity. Here's Diamond! Oh, he's done it! Pat McCarthy uses his body to win the ball. Can he get a cross in? Yes, he can! Open! Brenton Amity through here, could be three, Amity! Sam Diamond could wrap it up with a stunning hat-trick. Fabio! Sam Diamond! Oh, yeah! Sam Diamond is there, they're trying to set him up! Oh, he's done it! The champions and league leaders have quite literally been hit for 6. So these two sides very, very close indeed in the league table, Hendon Town and Fash FC. We'll take a look at that in a moment, but some big changes to tell you about from the Fash FC team. Let's have a look at who's starting today. Well, Fash FC have to get some wins on the board in the early stages of 2004 if they're going to win the league, and they'll have to do it today without two of their most consistent players who've been dropped by John Fashanu. Take a look at these players. No Jamie Spaniel in there, no Fabian Hermosa either. Nobody's made more appearances than those two this season, but after some serious showboating a couple of weeks ago in the Cup game, they've been dropped. One tactical change as well, Pat McCarthy's also dropped in favour of Tony Charles. Let's have a look at what this does to the formation. Charles goes into McCarthy's favoured right midfield position. Fabian's replaced by the man who nearly knocked himself out 2 weeks ago by running into the goal post, Aaron Sandu. It's going to be interesting to see just how Jason Phillips fares as well in central midfield. He's had a long break over Christmas and New Year. This is his first competitive appearance of 2004. Wonder if the old boy can last the 90 minutes. Well, let's take a look at Hendon Town then, a side which may be at the wrong end of the Hendon and District League table, but one which John Fashanu's team will very much have to take seriously today. Anthony Donnell, a very competent character in goal. Watch out for the 30-year-old captain of the side as well. Playing in the centre of defence today, Paul Gwex. He leads by example. Paul Whiteley, the right back today, is the younger brother of Derek, the Hendon manager. I'm sure we'll be hearing from him later on. This is how they shape up. straight 4-4-2 then for Henton Town. The man in central midfield wearing number 7, Richard Akinsanya, is likened in looks to the film star Chris Tucker. On his right-hand side, a man they call Mr. Arrogant, Deo Alowu. Plenty of pace down the right flank from him. And on the left side, we're told to watch out for Saeed Zabeti, player likened to Arsenal star Robert Pires. On the bench today for John Fashanu's team, Jamal Pereira continues his stint out of the side. Pat McCarthy, Steve Lacey, joined by some of the new boys to the squad. You saw them voted in 2 weeks ago. Mike Dingle, the Cornishman, and the new backup goalie, Mark Pemberton. So you've seen who's in, you've seen who's out. What about these three hanging about? Ricky Dillon, Fabian Hermosa and Jamie Spaniel won't play today. Hermosa and Spaniel, as I mentioned, dropped for their showboating antics last week. They'll have to learn how to win without Jamie Spaniel, by the way. He's got a ban that starts very soon. Well, here's the league table then in the Henton and District League, and you can see just why today's game is so important. Fash FC sit there in 6th place. Henton Town in 7th. The points may be equal, but the game's in hand, the big difference here. Fash FC have got to start winning, and they've got to start climbing themselves away from the bottom end of the table, where it's all ever so close. Even the teams bottom and second bottom remain just 1 point behind them. Up towards the top, St Andrews, the league leaders at the moment by 3 clear points. Their goal difference not as good as Goulburn, though. Equal games for those. Don't write out Kings United from this title race either. 1 game in hand. It's ever so tight at the top. Fash FC desperately want to be involved in that race up there. So there you go then, that's a look at the league standings. Very, very important this game today. And from what we understand, John Fashanu's looking very dapper ahead of this all-important game. I think he's ready to speak to Caroline.
Thanks, Andy. I'm with Fash now. I must say, you look rather nice today, Fash.
Thank you very much, Caroline. Well, it's the new year. We've got new players. It's a big match today. I thought I'd do my best.
Well, you have. You've done very, very well. Now, it's a beautiful day. Are you feeling lucky?
I'm feeling very, very lucky, especially with the team we've got behind us.
Now, I was going to say, quite an odd choice you've chosen today. You've dropped Jamie and Fabian. Why?
I'll tell you why, because you can see that a lot of the players are improving. Jason has been fantastic in training, he really has. Tony has improved. You know, and it's not about giving everybody a try now. They deserve their position. They've played hard, they've worked hard, they're doing very well. We haven't lost with Jason, we haven't lost when we've got Tony in, and I think they can add something a little bit different to the team. And also I think that sometimes if you keep Jamie in, you keep Patrick in, it's nice to give them a little bit of a break.
Yeah, good idea.
Make them hungry.
Make them hungry, indeed. Now, it's the first league match in 2 months. What's more important to you, the cup or the league?
The league is always the most important thing. That's not to say that the cup is not important, because with Wimbledon we won the FA Cup in '88 and it was a wonderful occasion. But the status we want is the top of the league. Sunday Premier League, we've got to be at the top. Now,
you've got Henton Town today. They haven't been playing too good. Are Fash FC going to walk this?
Let me tell you, whether it's Henton, whoever it's going to be, this is a cup final. All those boys, they want to come here, they want to play live on television, and they want to beat Fash FC. So their position in the league is irrelevant.
Right, okay, they're going to put on a good performance or whatever. Now, I'm especially excited today because we've got some new players.
We've got some wonderful new players, and would you believe it? We brought another new lad who came in who is also fantastic. They've given him a new nickname, P. Diddy or something like that, because he's wearing dark glasses. But if he can play like he looks, fantastic. And of course, we've got the other lads as well, Mark and Michael in as well.
And do you think they're going to fit in all right?
They have no choice. They have no choice. There's a lot of pressure on them because the whole world is watching them. And the rest of the lads, will they accept these two lads coming in? They've got to make them accept them. And they'll only do that by doing it out here once they cross that white line.
Yeah, well, good luck for today. Now, after the break, we'll have Fash's pre-match team talk, so don't miss that. And of course, it's kickoff time for Fash FC as they take on Henton Town. Do not go away.
It's not a lot of time to change history, but for Frank Parker, it's all he's got. 7 days. Weekdays at 7 p.m, only on Bravo.
When you have 12 kids, rules aren't the only things that get broken. Steve Martin. Cheaper by the dozen.
During your lifetime, your eyes will capture over 24 million images. To enable us to see exactly what you're seeing, every Vision Express eye examination is tailor-made. Our optometrists have over 100 different ways to assess how well your eyes are working. Come and see us. Vision Express.
Are you guilty of staying in a dead-end job? Are you bored, unchallenged, overworked, or underpaid? Do you recognise your own potential? With determination, you could break free and enjoy a rewarding career in computing. CompuTeach helps thousands of people to learn skills that will give them the chance of real success. More money, better prospects, better quality of life. You don't need experience. You'll learn mostly at home in your own time for IT qualifications that employers really want. We'll even help you find the right job. So if you want more from life, call CompuTeach now on 0800 657 657 for a free information pack. That's 0800 657 657.
Now there's a new convenient way to help get rid of blackheads. Clean and Clear Daily Cleansing Pads with tiny beads to leave your skin beautifully clear. Clean and clear and under control.
My bank won't give me the number of my branch. Result? A pain in the neck. My bank's business manager doesn't have a direct line.
Just look straight ahead for me.
Fine, if you've got endless patience.
Mrs. Harper, do you want to come through?
Oh.
Mrs. Del Beato?
Let's have a look.
I know. Just close this for you. There we go.
Mr. Khan.
Oh. My bank gives me nothing but recorded messages after 8 o'clock.
Hello, Mr. Mason.
Result? My blood pressure goes up. Talk about tense, nervous headache. There's got to be another way.
Want my diagnosis, love? Try another bank. They'll take care of you.
Thomas Cook's biggest ever holiday sale is now on. There are thousands of holidays to hundreds of destinations. And if you book now, we'll give you a winter holiday half price. The world on sale. Everywhere must go. See all our best deals on Thomas Cook TV.
And away those courses go. But what dastardly deed is this? That's rock the competition. This is no time to hang around. Hey! A sneaky shortcut. Now what's he up to? Uh-oh. Bye-bye. But what's this? Black Sapphire heads for the finish post. And the post really finishes him.
Oh, it's good to be back. Back where I belong.
Don't touch the camera, love.
Hi, Sam. We're ready for you now. Oh, yeah. Do you know what I reckon? It's about time the audience saw another slice of pure fox.
And here come the eels.
UKG2 on UK TV.
This is a real dangerous position. They've got to cover that near post.
Hello, welcome back. I'm Andy Goldstein. You're watching Fash FC, the big match. Now today, John Fashanu's team take on Henton Town FC in their first league game for 2 months. It's a massive game. It's a must-win game. One man who has a big presence both on and off the pitch is Martin Safu, and here's why.
I'm a magnet for controversy.
Alright, mate. Martin Safu, where's he going? This is a centre half getting forward down the right flank.
Martin! I'm telling you. Alright, let me just
Martin Safu, how are you, sir?
I'm not too bad, I have to say.
Good. Happy New Year to you, because it's quite near the beginning of the year. Now, New Year's resolutions. Did you have one, and what was it?
My New Year's resolution was to turn up on time to every Fash FC event. I'm going to do it, and I have done so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't put a bet on that too much. Now, match donkeys, that seems to be sort of your genre. You've had quite a long run at these. Which was your worst one? What was the worst one you got up to?
I think the one that has been worst so far has to have been boot camp. It was the gruelling physical elements of it all, you know, just crawling through the mud, being beaten down and screamed at by these hardcore Royal Marine Commandos. That's got to be the worst.
That was worse than the colonic irrigation?
The colonic irrigation actually felt good. Yeah, it's almost sexual.
Okay, let's stop on that. So let's turn to football for one moment. You play right back quite often. Is that your favourite position?
It's not my favourite position. I like to play centre back, but Warren Ward doesn't seem to think I have the capability to do that. We've discussed this and we've come to an agreement whereby I think I play right back, and I've actually performed a lot better.
Okay, let's hope you perform very well and there's no more match donkeys, do you think?
Listen, I will never again be match donkey.
So no match donkeys and never turning up late, is that right?
That's going to happen. It's 2004, the new Martin Taffy.
He's a liar, isn't he?
We had a shaky start of the season. This is the reason why now we haven't got the luxury of just taking it easy. We've got to bomb forward. We have to win. If we're to get where we want to get, and that's the top of the league, this is a match where we have to win. Forget where they are in the league. Forget it. It's irrelevant. You know they've come here to win. Any team who plays Fash FC wants to win, and they want to win convincingly. They want to humiliate us and rub our faces in the dirt. We got to win. That means, Aaron, you bomb forward. Where are you? You know your job. You bomb forward. I'm giving you license to bomb forward. Tony, where are you? You bomb forward. Come forward. If you can nick a goal, you get us a goal, son, all right? Jason, you be my anchor man. You just sit in there and do what the governor normally does for me, huh? You just bite them as they come in there. The big man, Brenton. Patrick Vieira, up and down, huh? You work it and get yourself a goal. Mace?
Right. If we lose the ball, I want you back behind them. Okay? You get back, you take your rest when you get behind the ball again. Okay? So if you're getting up there, you've got to get back as well. I don't want to see no breathing, no heavy breathing coming back. You get your breath back when you're behind the ball again, yeah?
Jamie, Sam, stay with each other. Partners. Arm distance away, huh? Get me goals. Do what you always do. Do what you're good at doing, huh? Do what you're good at. This level, you should be able to score goals. Very shortly, you might go to another level, huh? So take it seriously and work hard. Shawnee, you bomb forward. You bomb forward. We are at home. This is our turf. We don't have to sit back. We're not scared of them at all. Hey, you hear it? That's what we want. That's what we want. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? Who are we?
So here come the opposition, Henton Town, for their big moment in the spotlight in front of the Fash FC big match cameras. And there's Warren Ward to lead out the home side, Fash FC. Plenty of fans packed in here at Claremont Road again today. Sam Diamond, you saw there just passing through your shot after that hat-trick a couple of weeks ago. Warren Ward leading the side again, the third captain we've had so far this season, doing a pretty good job so far. So Sam Diamond, full of confidence at the moment. He's been scoring goals for fun in recent weeks, hasn't he? Got 3 a couple of weeks ago in that game against Oak Park in the Cup. He also got 3 against Kings United, the leaders and champions, just before Christmas. And of course, Fash FC's last league match. Is Jason Phillips back in the lineup for his first competitive game of 2004. Big afternoon for the Welshman. Central midfield today, alongside Brenton Amity. There he is, his central midfield partner. Brenton Amity dropping back from his role of striker. See Stuart Collins there just on the perimeter of that team huddle. Knows he's under a bit of pressure now with Mark Pemberton, the new goalie, coming in a couple of weeks ago, voted in by the viewers, and he's going to be a threat to Stuart Collins' position as Fash FC's #1 keeper. There's our referee, David Price. Apparently we're not allowed to take the mickey out of him today. He's not been happy with some of our critical assessments of some of his fellow referees.
Oh, I don't take the mickey out of anyone, Andy. I don't know what you're talking about. He does look like Roger Milford.
And here we go then. We're off and underway in this Hendon and District League match. Fash FC, as we said, attacking the goal away to our right-hand side. Fash FC coming into this one on a fantastic, rich vein of form, of course. They're unbeaten in 7 games. They've won 5 of their last 6, and they're averaging almost 5 goals a game at the moment.
I'm a bit surprised at the lineup today, Andy. I'm very much from the school of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And there's no Spaniel and there's no McCarthy. And that does surprise me. I would have put them in. They're playing very well. As you say, they're unbeaten in about 8 or 9 games. Jamie Hinchliffe obviously has made his that position up front his own. But I would have kept those 2 boys in the middle.
Interestingly, with 10 appearances each, Jamie Spaniel and Fabian Hermosa have played more games than anybody in this Fash FC side at the moment. Sam Diamond on 9, next in the appearances list, alongside Stuart Collins as well. So they're certainly mainstays in the team. So it's going to be a free kick then. Sam Diamond will just knock it back to be taken there by Warren Waugh, the skipper. Oh, he's played it quickly here, has he? Warren Waugh, yes he has. Sean Bellett then, left-hand side, knocks it in. And it's flicked on by Amity. Jamie Hinchliffe is in here, very wide angle. Surely can't score from there. Oh, it's gone in! Jamie Hinchliffe has scored from the most impossible of angles. Sam Diamond and Brenton Amity over there to celebrate with him too. And I tell you what, you can make that 5 goals in 5 games now.
Well, a cracking start for Fash. What was it, 5 minutes on the clock? A great ball in from Sean. A lovely flick as well. And there's Jamie, sort of left foots it in. I think a deflection off the keeper. Maybe he got a hand to it, but back of the net, as they say, and 1-0.
5 minutes gone. Fash FC 1, Henton Town 0. Good bit of skill here from Henton Town. And an air shot there from Trevor Williams. Great cross from his strike partner, Anthony Okoli, wearing 8.
Fash, normally a slow start, not so today.
Well, I think everybody knows the team. Fash FC always starts slowly. You know, we're lucky to get a goal. We nicked it. Again, great finishing from Jamie Hinchliffe. Fantastic. But great touch from Brenton. But we don't really deserve to be 1 up.
No, I was going to say, Henton Town are putting up a good fight.
Oh, they are. They've come to win. Make no bones about it, they've come to win. But these boys have scored goals. The mark of a good team is when you play badly, you still win. And hopefully, well, we're not saying we're playing badly, but it hasn't been one of our better starts, put it that way.
Right, okay, now I can hear Warren Waugh shouting, who's marking who? Who's marking who? Are you pleased with your lineup so far?
Well, the fact that we're winning 1-0, yes I am. But there's a bit of confusion, certainly the back there. Unusual for us because it's the same back 4.
Here's Henton Town trying to get themselves back into this one. Offside flag raised there on Henton Town.
Andy, were you surprised that Pat McCarthy and Jamie Spaniel aren't in the starting lineup today?
I was a little bit surprised Jamie Spaniel wasn't, because if Patrick Vieira was going to have a ban coming up, Arsene Wenger would use him while he can, because the other thing that gets you to do is you can use a player and then rest the others, because you know the others will have to come in and be rested and fresh when they come in, if you know what I mean. I'm not explaining it very well, but you know what I'm saying. But I thought Jamie Spaniel might have played today with the ban coming up, and being as he's such an influential player. But hey, there's a very strong squad here, you know. Don't forget we've got 3 new players in the side, 2 of them on the bench today. They'll be fresh enough. As the opposing team's manager, Derek Whiteley.
Look around you!
In comes the free kick, and it's just palmed over the bar by Anthony O'Donnell. Great shot from Warren Waugh.
Well, there was the free kick. Cracking shot. Was it a shot? Was it a cross? But either way, the goalkeeper had to make a save.
It's going in, you know, top corner. Warren Waugh did score in a pre-season friendly with a free kick just like that. Anyway, and it comes from the resulting corner kick, headed on and cleared off the line by Henton Town. Jamie Hinchliffe will contest this ball with Trevor Williams. Williams wins it in the end. Good bit of play from Henton Town. These boys can definitely play, you know.
Yep, totally agree with you there.
I'm here now with the manager of Henton Town, Derek Whiteley. A very loud Derek Whiteley, I must add. Derek, you're 1-0 down, Fash FC are winning. How have you prepared for this match? Because you've obviously seen Fash FC play before.
We prepared like any other game, just another game for us. We're looking for the 3 points today. Just because it's Fash FC doesn't matter to us. We will give them a good game today. Obviously we've gone 1-0 down, but if you were to see the first 10 minutes, we've outplayed them. And I don't see no reason why we can't get back in this game and even actually go on and win it.
Right, you're right there. Well, maybe you're right there. Who do you think is the biggest threat in Fash FC?
Well, at the moment, I've not seen anyone being a big threat, because I don't think Fash FC have played that well so far.
Not even the goal scorer?
Well, while she was like preparing to interview, I missed the goal score, so I didn't actually see the goal. But I've not seen anything yet to frighten my team at all. I think my team will get more and more into the game, and I think we'll get back into it and actually get a result today.
All right, Mr. Confident. We'll see. We'll see.
Win it, Jason! Take it! Take it!
Here's Tony Charles now to surge forward, evades one challenge. This is a good run by Charles, needs a good delivery. There it is from Diamond, the header.
It's a good ball in. Hey, that's good, Tony!
Well, you don't see that very often. Sam Diamond failing to hit the target, and he knows he's wasted a great chance.
Great play from Tony Charles on the wing there. Rode the challenge, great cross as well, and Sam Diamond, isn't he rubbish?
Well, Sam Diamond looking to get himself on the score sheet today. Tony Charles with a big smile on his face did ever so well to evade that challenge from the left back Darren Harris. And well, is that a chance that Fash FC will come to rue later on? Forward by the number 8 Anthony Okoli once again. Okoli up front alongside Trevor Williams today for Henton Town. They've been impressive so far in the opening 18 minutes or so of this game. It's a foot race here between Stuart Collins, who comes out and may well be hurt there. Goes in very hard, I think, with Trevor Williams. Well, no, it's the number 5, in fact, Deo Alowu. And he just comes over to check and see if Stuart Collins is okay. Well, look at this.
50-50 ball. Oh, dear, totally missed the ball and kicked his shin, didn't he? And, if I'm not mistaken, Andy, we do have someone on the bench of importance.
Well, there's Mark Pemberton warming up on the bench, the backup goalie. We talked about him earlier on, and well, I think Stuart Collins is going to be okay. And I tell you something, Andy, this is going to be very interesting, because even if he had a broken leg here, Stuart Collins wouldn't want to come off and give the new boy a chance.
He wouldn't at all, would he? Oh dear, this could be danger. Oh, he should have just passed that. Sam Diamond was waiting for the ball.
Did try to get it forward to Sam Diamond.
Well,
Harris is lost out again there. Another sliding tackle in on Tony Charles, who's taken out. No free kick given by the referee, David Price.
Pricey.
Oh, Price-o.
The Price man.
I thought of an old Roy Chubby Brown joke that I was going to say there,
Let's
but
hear
I
it.
probably shouldn't.
No, go on, just say it.
No, I can't. It's offensive.
No, let's definitely hear it. Come on, Andy. You can't set something like that up and not say it.
Apparently he's got a brother with no arms and legs, so he's not his brother. Oh no, I did later. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I pray to God they leave that one in. It's a cracker. Did you hear that from your mates down the pub?
No, they'll have to cut that one out because it's rude and offensive.
Okay. Good cross. Well, Fash FC, although they're 1-0 up, Andy, not really got to grips with this game yet, have they? It's all 50-50 and they've had to defend quite a lot.
Corner kick then for Henton Town, third of the game so far. Whipped in and headed on and just headed wide on 22 minutes. And look at that, Derek Whiteley, the coach, holds his head in his hands. Another chance goes begging. Andy, look at this.
Corner, great header, would have gone in. Well, Fash FC have taken the lead after 5 minutes. Jamie Hislop with the simplest of goals, but plenty of time for Henton to pull it back. Don't go away.
He's gone down close in his leg. The opposition don't like that one bit.
I have a complete fear of travelling on the road.
Britain's Worst Driver 2 starts Monday at 8:30 on Bravo.
Turn your computer into a video phone with broadband from BT.
Hi guys.
Hi Mark. Mark, how's university?
Yeah, cool.
How's the house?
Nice and tidy, as you can see.
Are you eating alright?
Yes, Mum, 3 times a day.
Yeah, it's important, Mark, yeah?
For free connection and free modem, sign up at bt.com.
And so our research into the perfect driving sensation leads us here. The derrière. The closer to the road, the better.
Docteur, démonstration.
Good night. Good morning.
Club World. More beds to more places, more often.
Sparkling lipsticks look great, but how long before they lose their sparkle? I'm Graham Johnston, Chief Makeup Artist on Anita and Me. Now Max Factor's brought out Lipfinity Reflections. Sparkling lip colours in great new shades. Unlike other sparkling lipsticks, Lipfinity Reflections lasts for an amazing 10 hours. So you can eat, drink, and your lips will sparkle all night long.
New Lipfinity Reflections from Max Factor, the makeup of makeup artists.
The things I do to hydrate my skin. At least keeping my hair and scalp hydrated to doddle.
Quench your thirsty hair with Head & Shoulders Hydrating Smooth and Silky. It gives your hair 3 types of hydrating ingredients and washes away 100% of flakes.
Soft, shiny, no dandruff hair. Ta-da!
Head & Shoulders Hydrating Smooth and Silky for dry damaged hair. One of 7 shampoos to suit your hair type.
Invent one for my skin, please.
If the future's sorted, you can afford to live a little. Clerical Medical. Plan for tomorrow, live for today.
Now there's only one place the DVLA need to look to find car tax evaders. Here. Are you up to date?
I just feel like I'm forgetting something.
Missed the first few episodes of the new series of Charmed?
How am I supposed to handle this? Like this?
Here's what you do.
Oh boy.
There's no spell to cast. No potion to mix.
Really?
You don't even need new powers.
Are you out of your mind?
Just tune in Sunday, February the 8th at 1:20 and you'll get episodes 1 to 4 back to back.
Magic, 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 everywhere.
Catch up with Charmed, February 8th only on Living TV.
Welcome back to Fash FC, the big match today. It's a crucial game as the Fash FC boys take on Henton Town. Fash FC are winning 1-0, but Henton Town are fighting back. It's very exciting. Woo! Let's rejoin the boys.
Played forward for Tony Charles, the right-sided midfielder from Ilford in Essex.
My neck of the woods.
Is it?
Just round the corner. I'm a South Woodford boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Well, people I want to know about Sandy.
Tony Charles certainly divides opinion in and out of the dressing room. One of his resolutions this year, by the way, is to think before he speaks. He has offended a few people in the early months of Fash FC. Knocks in a good ball there. Plenty of bodies forward.
That could have gone anywhere.
Cleared away from just outside the 6-yard box by Henton Town. Tony Charles has made a very promising start to this game today.
I agree with you. He gives Fash FC a bit more on the right-hand side. Namely, he can cross the ball.
He's not played very many games, you know, Tony Charles, which is interesting. He's a qualified FA coach. He's done that for the last 6 years or so, and as we said, he's been taking training sessions. And, well, the referee is just having a bit of a talking to here.
Victor Meldrew.
Can't take the mickey out of him today.
I meant the number 11.
Oh.
He watches it. It's his favourite programme.
I can see the similarities there. He's been brilliant so far, isn't he?
Faultless.
Can't believe we're not allowed to take the mickey out of the referee.
Oh, no, you're not. He didn't say anything to me. Good header. Is that Phillips?
It was Phillips.
What's he doing up there?
Come on, lads!
Just getting word in our ears here, Andy, that it's using rude words about referees that we're not allowed to use.
No idea. No idea. Are we being invaded? That's a low one, isn't it?
My stomach rumbling. Mine or Sue's.
Maybe Fash is thinking about his next move.
Who knows? Good flicked header on there by Sam Diamond. Brenton Amity will chase this one and try and keep it in.
You don't want to be one-on-one with Brenton, do you? Look at the size of him, big lad.
Does that ball go out for a throw-in? Tony Charles is preparing to take this throw. Martin Safu will get forward.
Come on, Tony, whip one in, Tone, come on.
Well, he allowed his marker plenty of time to get in close and block that cross there, Tony Charles. Wins a throw-in out of it in the end.
He's got the 7 shirt, and he can cross a ball like Mr. Beckham.
Is Brenton Amity.
Oh, dear.
Martin Safu, his own teammate, tackled him in the end there. Don't think he meant to do that. Trevor Williams picks up the ball for Hendon, dispossessed by a combination of Safu and Amity once more.
What was that?
Not sure where Brenton Amity's going with that one. Aaron Sandu trying to get his first touch in the game. We've not really seen too much of him today, have we?
Haven't, have we, at all?
There he is.
I noticed when the guys were in the dressing room just before the game and everyone was banging on the wall, who are we, Fash FC? He was looking in the mirror doing his hair. Don't know what that's all about.
Aaron Sandu, one of the more vain players on Fash FC, some would say, not me.
And I'll tell you what, when they were in the dressing room just before, banging on the wall, giving it the big who are we, Jason Phillips missed the wall.
Did he?
He missed it. That's the gag.
What are you alluding to?
Well, see, what I do is I wind up the Phillips fans, and then he goes and scores. That's why the last 2 games he scored. So,
well, let's see what happens here. He's getting forward. He's just on the edge of the box there, Phillips. This ball will go well past him, and it goes to the back post. And well, the ball goes out of play. The goalie takes a knock in the face. I think he's going to be okay. And it was Aaron Sandu up there challenging.
Another really, really good free kick. Lofton in there, it was up there for weeks. Challenge on the keeper, sort of, and Sandu nearly. Well, I don't know if that's nearly, but.
Reminiscent of 2 weeks ago when he ran into the goalpost in a very similar incident.
Well, I'm here now with hard man Jamie Spaniel. Not so hard though. You've been dropped this week.
Yes, I have. Don't know why.
Showing off again?
Me? Never show off.
No, you were showing off in the Oak Park game. That's why you're not playing. Go on, tell the truth.
I don't. You know more than me.
Fancy a career in TV, do you?
Nah, football more.
Okay. Now, Jason's playing in your position today. Come on, be honest. Is he holding the fort for you?
Oh, he's doing well. Brenton's doing well and Jason's doing really well. Jason's normally a centre forward, but centre midfield, he'll do the business for us.
Yeah, Henton are giving a good fight though.
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, I think they're third from bottom, but they want it as much as us. But we need the points if we want to get to the league.
We do indeed. It's nice to have you on the bench for once. Have a little chat.
Cheers, Carol.
Meanwhile, back at the action, Hendon Town are back on the attack here. Almost an own goal.
From where we were sitting, that was in the back of the net. What was happening with the defenders?
Well, Trevor Williams and Anthony Okoli, the front 2 for Hendon Town, are certainly posing a lot of threats here, and it was Sean Bellett who came across. Well, I tell you what, it wouldn't have been an own goal. I've done Sean Bellett a bit of a disservice there.
Yep. Great defending.
Came in and just put his man off enough. We've played some 28 minutes here at Claremont Road in this first league game of 2004. Tony Charles and Trevor Williams pretty close. There's Sean Bellett who just got back with a vital touch. Throw-in to be taken on this near side by Darren Harris. He's taken a long run up on this one. Comes a throw, you hear the big groan from Darren Harris. Bit of a push in the back though. Here's Zabetti's free kick, let's see what he can do with it. Headed away on the near side by Safu. Knocked back in this time by Akinsanya. Stuart Collins will pick it up.
I'll tell you what, I've been a bit nosy now. I don't know if Caroline's next to Fash. Caroline, are you there?
I am indeed.
I saw on Fash's sort of notepad, if you like, he's got the team sheet, and around Phillips' name, he's got brackets. Can you ask him what that's all about? Why is he?
I certainly will. Hold there 1 second. Fash, Andy's been peeking at your board through the camera, and apparently you've got brackets around Jason's name. Now, they are dying to know what that means.
Well, there's going to be a change. It'll be taking Jason off. taking off Jason if there will be a change, because I just think that
he's playing terribly.
He's not playing well. He's not looking fit as well. He's looking lost.
Just ask him when he put the brackets around him, because to my knowledge they were on before the game started.
Face up, Jason.
Seriously.
Maybe we saw him in the changing rooms before.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
He said the brackets were on there before Jason started playing. He's just laughing.
I can only laugh because we're 1-up. If we weren't, I wouldn't be laughing.
What's happening here? What's going on here? What on earth? Keystone Cops.
Well, Stuart Collins just collided with somebody. Didn't take the ball. I think he's got a sore bum as a result.
Yeah, I think. What's happening here? You've got to call it. You've got to put a name on this, and no one did.
John Fashanu with plenty to think about as we approach the half-time interval. Brenton Amity now. Plenty of options forward, still going, gets it to Sam Diamond. Diamond back to Amity. They are strike partners of old.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony Charles totally unmarked on the right.
Brenton Amity just acknowledges that fact as well. He just put an arm up to apologise. Big challenge in from Warren Moore. He is really flying around all over the place. Trevor Williams gets to his feet very, very gingerly indeed. Phillips will see that one go out. That player on that far side clashes with the advertising hoardings. Jason Phillips just helping him back up, and well, Warren Moore really throwing himself into the tackles here. We've seen challenge after challenge after challenge from him, and this one was very big indeed.
Yeah, he's a cracking player, isn't he? War, what is he good for?
Tackling.
Absolutely everything.
Was
See what I've done there? Changed it around.
Wasn't quite how the song went, was it?
Edwin Starr number that was. Do you remember him?
Nope.
He died not so long ago.
Better not make any jokes about him.
I won't make any. We'll concentrate.
There's Martin Safu, and Williams has just escaped from him.
There's an under-16 team on the players, and if they played us now, they'd murder us.
Well, the shot was just wide from Trevor Williams. Martin Safu, it was, who was caught a little bit out of position. He's a player we're focusing on this week. He's, had an unprecedented and unequalled 5 appearances as match donkey so far this season, including a couple of weeks ago getting himself a colonic irrigation. His temper's got himself into trouble on a number of occasions this season. Martin Safu with that argument with a Goulburn fan after a match. He also got involved in a scrap with the boy band Fix on a TV chat show.
You know, apparently Martin Safu, he works in a pub. Did you know that?
No,
he works as a barman. And I asked him if the match donkey there is. I said to him, being match donkey, has it taken over your life too much? And he went, not at all. Poured me the beer, put it on the counter and went, Eon. Eon. No, okay, it's gone.
Well, he's been to boot camp, he's done ballet dancing with Wayne Sleep, he's done boxing with John Fashanu, he's done pole dancing in a G-string, all of which have made entertaining viewing, of course.
None of those with the donkey,
season.
that's just his private life.
Yeah, that's just for fun. Funnily enough, he didn't have too many of his teammates up for joining in on those.
The colonic one I asked him about, apparently he said that was right up his alley.
Still full of crap.
Hey.
Here comes the effort from Aaron Sandu.
Well, it's very exciting because I'm joined by the latest member of Fash FC. He was chosen from the open trials that were held recently. Carl, welcome to Fash Camp.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Such a pleasure.
Now you're watching today. What are your impressions of Fash FC so far?
Looks good. Looks very impressive. I mean, it's a really good game that they're having at the moment, so it's good to watch. Good to watch.
Anyone stand out for you in the team?
Sam Diamond looks good up front. Yeah, he's doing really well up there. So.
He's very good. He's very, very good. You've got competition there. Now, I was talking to Fash earlier, and he's already compared you, not to a footballer, but he's compared you to P. Diddy.
Please. I really. They're all doing it now. It seems like as if it's.
Is it the suit? Is it the suit?
Could be. They'll give me grief about my sunglasses earlier on, so I took them off. You know.
yeah. The boys will cane you. The commentators, I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will.
Watch out for that one. I think Henton Town might have a chance of scoring.
The referee's just calling the player over here, telling him maybe to keep his feet down a little bit.
Let's have a look. Bit of contact was made. There comes the goalkeeper. It is. Oh dear, that was a bit nasty, wasn't it?
Oh, look at the sunglasses. And he's got the eyebrow shaved, similar to Jamie Spaniel there. Carl Denny, our new player. In all seriousness, Andy, he's very tasty.
I've heard
very
he's
tasty player
absolutely
indeed.
class, yeah.
Sean Bellett Gets a foot in there, makes a tackle.
Deliver
Not the best of games today, Andy, but I don't know if maybe we've been a little bit spoilt in recent weeks. We've had some big games, haven't we? That celebrity match last week was great fun.
Go on, Brexy, little knock and run. Rock and run, go on, Paul. A little run, son.
Oh, here's a surging run there from central midfield. They're all the way through here. Anthony Okoli it is.
Who's back to defend?
Warren Waugh.
Who sorts out the trouble?
Warren Waugh. And there goes our half-time whistle then here in the opening league match of 2004. There's the scorer of Fash FC's goal on 5 minutes. It was Jamie Hinchliffe who popped up inside the box with a relatively simple finish. 5 goals in 5 appearances for him now after an injury blighted the start of his season. And it just makes you wonder, where would they be in the league table if he'd been available from the start? Not the most convincing of 45-minute performances from the back four for Fash FC. And who knows, with brackets round the name of Jason Phillips and others on the team sheet, maybe there'll be some changes from the gaffer. Let's head over to the dressing room.
That is the worst display I've ever seen. Absolute rubbish. Martin, you're somewhere else, son. Hey, you play like that, I never want you on that pitch again. That is absolute woeful. Woeful. Jason, where are you? I've seen you nowhere. The only time I've seen you is getting booked. Huh? Aaron, you look like you bloody had it all night out. The only thing I can say is you played well in bits, another bits, you're a prima donna. You stand there, you play a... Shut up! Shut up! You play a ball, lay back and admire it. That's crap, that's not football. In Sparks, you've run rings round them. Run rings round them in parts, and then other parts, you're crap.
Because I'm unfit, because I haven't played for 2 months.
Tony? Crap, I don't want to hear that, otherwise you will be out for the rest of the time. If I could change the whole lot of you, I would do. That is woeful. Gaffer.
Where are we, lads? We're playing as individuals. We're not playing as a team. Play as a team. We should be able to change a few players and you can still gel together, still play together. Martin, until you settle down, get the ball, give it. If you want to bomb ahead, lovely, fine. But once you beat a first man, yeah, happy. You beat a second man, then you lose it. You're out of position. Warren and Paul ain't got the legs to get back and do what you're doing. Sean has to come all the way over there because he's not sure what's going down, and the whole of the back four is all totally array. In pieces.
It is.
Even though we've got a lot of the play, they're going to nick it. They're going to nick it. Through fault, default, whatever, they're going to nick it. They're going to get a goal, it's going to come, and then they're going to come at us. Like the 7th Cavalry. They're going to come all over us.
To be fair, they should be sitting in there 2-1 up. Eh? They should have had 2 goals without doubt. Huh? We've got no midfield. No midfield there at all. Jason has been running like a headless chicken around there, and he's having to put tackles in he shouldn't do.
If B goes up, am I going with him? If he comes back, am I going with him? Or am I just...
Hold!
Just
pivot. Be the anchor man.
Together.
Be the pivot man. Hold. What I want you to do is do what the governor does. You get the ball, you give it. You give someone to dig, you get up. Tony, you get the ball, you do something unbelievable, and then you sit back and you watch it. What? Didn't I do well there? Wow. Get in there, follow it up.
Give
Every
and go.
time. Even when you go on the floor, you want to go down the floor like, hey, like Rod Stewart. You know what I mean? We're out there, we're playing. Sleeves up, getting your tackles, 50-50, win them, bite them.
Can Fash FC hold on to their 1-0 lead? The only way you're going to find out is if you join us after the break.
Final trick of the day.
It's not a lot of time to change history, but for Frank Parker, it's all he's got. 7 days. Weekdays at 7 p.m, only on Bravo.
Vavavoom, is it all about the timing? Great performance needs timing, no? Let me break it down.
It is variable valve timing. That makes the clear so responsive and fuel efficient.
It's like when the left hand does and the right does. And VVT makes Vavavoom.
Hey Bobby, what's the French for Vavavoom?
It's
All about you.
All yours at MFI. Choose any sofa and get one free. But hurry, it's only while stocks last.
For your villa holiday, visit jamesvillas.co.uk. You could save when you book online. Relax by your own private pool with James Villa Holidays.
The greyhound runs at 40 miles an hour and lives for 12 years. The pronghorn antelope runs at 60 miles an hour but lives for a mere 11 years. The cheetah, fastest animal on earth, lives just 10 years. Now consider the giant tortoise. He toddles along a bit. He has a little break, walks a bit more. He has another little break. He travels at approximately 0 miles an hour, but lives for 200 years.
Have lots of little breaks with new Kit Kat cubes.
Get one of these 3 great ringtones sent direct to your Nokia now. Just text the word tone followed by the song name that you want and send it to the number 8181. So text tone and the song name to 8181.
You spend, sometimes a little, sometimes a lot. Then you come across Nationwide's current account. A current account designed to be as smart with money as you have to be.
Diets. By the evening, I'm always hungry. Everything reminds me of food. With new Slim Fast frozen ready meals, it doesn't have to be like this. Their generous portions release energy steadily and help keep hunger away. Slim Fast frozen ready meals. Stop dieting. Start losing weight.
There is a machine. It's faster, sleeker, and more technologically advanced than ever before. Introducing the new XDA2. See what you can do. O2.
Oh, it's good to be back. Back where I belong.
Don't touch the camera, love.
Hi, Sam. We're ready for you now. Oh, yeah. Do you know what I reckon? It's about time the audience saw another slice of pure fox.
And here come the eels!
UKG2 on UK TV.
This is a real dangerous position. They've got to cover that near post. Welcome back to Fash FC, the big match. Half time, 1-0. You know, it's a win as it stands for the lads, but not very convincing, Andy.
No, what you've got to remember is this Fash FC team, the last time they played in the league, they hammered the champions and leaders 6-1. So if John Fashanu's comparing these two performances, he won't be happy that they're struggling against a team who themselves are struggling in the league. They haven't played very well, and we said it, didn't we, at the end of the half, that there might be changes here from John Fashanu and Mason. They really weren't happy in the dressing room.
Let's talk about a couple of changes Fashanu made for the team, if you like. Tony Charles was on the right, and we had Phillips in the middle. Do you think that's made a difference as the team stronger? Is it weaker?
Well, the difference is that we haven't seen with Brenton and Jason working together. They need to work on like a pulley system. If one goes forward, one needs to stay back, and vice versa. And they haven't necessarily got that sort of relationship going because they haven't played together. Tony Charles, another one you talked about, we heard him in the half-time team talk there saying, well, I'm not fit, I haven't played for a couple of months. And this is the problem with changing the team around. If you have mainstays in the team and you then bring fringe players in, they're not getting reserve games like Premiership footballers. So they struggle struggle with their fitness a little bit.
Okay, and also you mentioned the half-time talk there. I think Mace didn't get any night's sleep at all. He's in a bad mood, isn't he? He's gone mad.
Certainly has. He's really given the sharp end of his tongue to a lot of the players there. Nobody really was spared. It's certainly not Martin Safu, who's our featured player today. He's really struggled, and we've highlighted it a couple of times in this first half. It reminded me of that time when Jason Phillips played at right back very early on in the season. He was drifting out of position. He was all over the place. Yep. And as the boys said, what happens is the right back Martin Safu pushes forward. He tries to beat too many men. He gets caught in no man's land. The ball will come over the top, and then Paul Baker has to cut across and try and cover up the damage that's been done by Martin being out of place, and he doesn't have the legs to do it. That's where they're struggling.
I agree with you. And let's find out exactly Martin's thoughts, because he's with Caroline.
Well, I'm with the resident donkey of Fash FC, Martin Safu. You are the resident donkey, aren't you?
I'm Mule. You know, I've taken on that mantle, and it's something I'm comfortable with. You know, I can deal with it. But it's not going to happen for 2004, believe me.
Well, I was going to say that you actually quoted in the last match of 2003, you think I'm going to change? I'll tell you, beep that.
Beep that, yeah, okay. I was caught up in the euphoria there, myself and Aaron. We thought to ourselves, yeah, let's leave a message for the camera, make our statement. But hey, I'm a changed man.
You are a character, Martin, you are a character. Now, I have to say, though, when you are chosen for Match Donkey, it's not because of your football, it's usually because you're late, so it's something that you can change. It's something that you can do something about. Am I not right?
You are absolutely right, which is why I've made it my New Year's resolution to be 100% straight down the line. On time, no donkeys, no messing around, great performances on the pitch. That's all you're going to get from me.
Okay, you've had to do ballet, you've been on boot camp, but recently you had colonic irrigation. How did that feel?
That was actually strangely pleasant, let me tell you. You know, Freud was onto something. There is something up there that allows you to have an almost sexual feeling.
Oh, Martin, please. We're just past 8 o'clock. Okay, now I have to say, mention the match today. Mace has just said in the change room that if you play like that again, you will never play again.
I didn't have a particularly good performance, I know, but the team isn't gelling. We're not cohesive. I don't know what it is, really. I think hopefully when we go out there in the second half, we'll be that much better.
Hopefully, and fingers crossed. Lovely speaking to you.
Thanks very much, Caroline.
That first half, you totally outplayed them, yeah? We should not be 1-0 down. It's not just we should not be 1-0 down, but at the end of the day, the scoreline counts. They are 1-0 up. We need to get a goal, yeah? We're doing everything right, except for putting the ball bloody back in the net.
When we keep them safe and pulling out wide, and then hitting the ball back in, because we're pulling the defence apart then, and that gives Trevor and D'Lo room to move into. We're getting so much more success. If we keep the shape better and play the ball, as Tone said, on the floor, got the pace, the skill, everything to beat them on the floor, easily. You are the middle of the park all through, you're playing really well.
And that sun is going to be blinding on that keeper.
Exactly, because they're going to get in there now. And they're going to be told that they're a lot better than they are, and he's not going to give you lot the credit for what you've done out there. He's going to tell them to speak out there playing whereas we're making them play So therefore,
you do that for another 45 minutes, the goal's going to bloody come. But we cannot let it drop.
It's email and text time.
Certainly is.
The first one reads, why on earth has Andy B been allowed to grow a beard? He reminds me of George Michael in the 80s. That one's from Andy G in South Woodford.
Shaved this morning. Can't help being a real man. Sorry.
This is a real one. Fash, please show that clip of Aaron running into the post in the Oak Park game. It was so funny, I nearly wet myself.
Awesome, wasn't it? The ball came in from the right-hand side and he kind of jumped in and just headbutted the post, and the goalie broke his leg. Messy.
Something to forget quickly. This one's from Chris Marsh, I should say, from Worthing. Dear Fash, I have to say it was great to see the Fash F team really kept their discipline against the Oak Park team, especially after Sam was headbutted.
Chris, work on the typing there.
It's all over the place,
typos.
Chris. Makes me look bad.
Thanks though, Chris. If you want to text us, by the way, you can. The number is 83049. Just put the word Fash at the start of the message. It'll cost you 25p plus your standard network charges. A couple that have come into us. Fash, good to see a Cornish boy in the side. Better get some pasties in for half-time instead of oranges. That's obviously because of Mike Dingle. I think he's from Cornwall. That's from Dave B in Probus. Probus, that's something that happened to Martin Safford the other week, wasn't it?
Who's going to do it?
Here's another one. Fash FC don't stand a chance of winning the league. They won't even come in the top 3.
Blimey.
If they do, I'll eat my hat and you can come and film it.
Is that from Fash?
No, that's from Ben.
Okay.
Don't forget, if you want to text us, the number is 83049. Put the word Fash at the start of your message. It'll cost you 25p plus your standard network charge.
Fash, you were not a happy bunny.
No, I don't think anybody's happy. Mason's not happy. This is not the same team we had last week. You know, I think they're now believing in their own publicity. They're getting carried away, and it's working against us. And if we're not careful, we're going to lose this game. And if we lose this game, it's all over.
Okay, have you taken anybody off?
No, we haven't. We're going to give them the next 5 minutes. They've got 5 minutes to prove themselves. They've got to get in there, they've got to bite, and they've got to turn it around. Because we've got some good boys sitting on the bench here.
Okay, good luck.
Well, Mason, John Fashanu just having a chat there on the sidelines, and out comes the pen, Andy. That's the pen that puts the brackets around the players.
Right. I think Yawn and my name's on that.
Well, yours certainly is. Big bracket around you.
There's no need for that.
Would have to be a big bracket as well. Well, one of the new boys. Maybe we'll see something of Mr. Dingle. There he is, stood next to Pat McCarthy. Mike Dingle, 26-year-old. He's played in the Perthshire and District League in Scotland. He's played for Polperro as well down in Cornwall. He joined Fash FC, apparently, because he wants to go on a date with a Page 3 girl. Well, I wonder if there'll be any Page 3 girls out there watching tonight who might take his fancy. Mark Pemberton, the backup goalie as well. He's unlikely to get a look in today.
A bit eager, isn't he? Running into the centre circle there.
There goes the whistle, and Fash FC kick us off for this second half here at Claremont Road. They lead by 1-0. It was, of course, Jamie Hinchliffe, as we heard, who got that goal on 5 minutes. And Andy, they really do need to shape up here. They've got 5 minutes to prove themselves, according to John Fashanu.
Well, 4.5 now. Yeah, I've never heard that before. 5 minutes to prove yourself. What does he expect in the 5 minutes?
Good.
Well, they've got to show that they've certainly listened to the half-time team talk. Crunching challenging on Sam Diamond, and well, that look there on his face sums up the way Sam Diamond plays. He gets fouled, he looks up with a big grin on his face, and he never ever reacts to anything, does he? Don't forget, if you want to come down here and watch us, you can do. It can be easier to find us if you log on to our website, which is www.bravo.co.uk, and click on the Fash FC icon. You can find directions of how to get here.
If I'm not mistaken, Andy, it's free.
It's free to get in. Couldn't be easier to find us. Number 5's got forward there, Deo Alowu from the right side of midfield. In for this free kick. The sun is in the eyes of Stuart Collins. He's got the cap on, but still it's going to be dangerous. Aaron Sandu didn't really make much effort to play the ball there. And there's a player down and hurt. Well, Aaron Sandu could find himself in the book for that, because he didn't really look to play the ball, did he?
I'll tell you what, that looked very clumsy.
Just watch Aaron Sandu. He's going to come into the right of your screen any minute now. Here comes the second header. Bang!
Oh.
Did he mean to play the ball there? Was he looking at the ball?
I think if you ask him, he probably will say, what ball? He's up, he's out, he's up and about.
I think he's going to be okay, Trevor Williams.
Now, Lacey, boys are a bit rubbish today, I have to say. Do you think they need some Lacey magic?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to get on there now. Get the crowd going. It'll be really good.
Do you think you're overlooked as a player sometimes?
No, I don't think I'm overlooked. Just not that good a standard.
Now, if you had to choose a match donkey now and choose the punishment, who would you choose and what would you do?
Jamie Spaniel for not turning out at boot camp and for wearing pink shirts.
Okay, what about playing today?
Tony Charles.
Tony hasn't had a bad game.
He's had a terrible game. I want to come on in right midfield.
A bit bitter there. Now, on a lighter note, I have to say, and a bit of a jealousy for the ladies at home, Lacey's got a new girlfriend, and she's here today, I hear.
She is. Thanks, Caroline.
Have I embarrassed you now?
No, not at all.
She's a lucky lady, I tell you.
Cheers, Caroline.
Here comes the corner kick from Henton Town, and the ball's in the 6-yard box, and it could go anywhere. In the end, it just goes wide. Henton Town on the attack once again. Martin Safu in with the tackle this time. Stuart Collins will be equal to that one. That's not the hardest of shots he's faced all season, let's be honest about it. Still 1-0 they lead. 12.5 minutes gone in this second half. Change is imminent, you feel. Fash FC need to exert their authority on this game. They need to get all 3 points here today if they're going to win this league, as we said at the top of the programme, they need to string a big series of league victories together here. They need to go on a bit of a run. Jason Phillips hoists the ball forward. A bit of a heavy touch from him, to be honest. And beaten in 7 now. Fash FC. Wonder if this is going to be the first substitution of the afternoon for John Fashanu's team.
Mike!
Well, here comes our first look at Mike Dingle.
Look out, ladies. It's a Dingle on the pitch.
Well, he's a midfielder. He's going to be wearing the shirt number 22 this season, as you can see. There goes Aaron Sandu. So Mike Dingle's going to go on the left side of midfield, you would imagine.
Your Dingle? He's on the left side of midfield, is that what you said?
There goes Aaron Sandu, and here comes Mr. Dingle, Cornishman. I wonder if he did actually have a pasty at half-time instead of an orange. Likes going to the gym and socialising, apparently.
That's rubbish. Everyone writes that down. Could this be his first touch? Well, it would have been, had the pass to him been any good. Interesting to see how he plays. I imagine your sort of first game for a new club's always going to give you that added bit of pressure. And his first touch for Fash FC, he's a throw, and it's a cracker.
Jamal Pereira looks like he's getting ready to come on there, just warming up.
And there goes Phillips.
Can't imagine Jason Phillips is too happy about coming off here.
Oh.
What happened there?
That's a bit naughty. I'm not sure what he said there, Andy. Any ideas?
Don't think I can repeat it. Bit of showboating there from Jason Phillips. Quelle surprise.
Can understand someone like Zidane, you know, putting his shirt up in the air and saying I am the great. Or even Sam Diamond, to be fair.
There's our referee. He's actually been all right today, hasn't he?
Oh, here we go. Brown nose in time.
Well, no, I think he's been okay.
Yeah,
for an OAP.
Come on, Sam, do something.
Speaking of OAPs, Paul Baker watches on as Fash FC try and get forward. Here's Jamal Pereira with his first touch, and this could be dangerous. Still Jamal Pereira. Oh, still Jamal Pereira goes down in the box. Well, I think maybe it was just overstretching for the ball that took him down rather than a foul. Flash of inspiration from him.
Reminiscent of Ricky Villa in the 8-1 Cup final. Look at this. Beats 1, beats 2.
Tries to thread it on to Brenton Amity. So Tony Charles making way, substitution for Fash FC. It's going to be Pat McCarthy who comes on, a like-for-like swap. It was Charles who took McCarthy's role on the right side of midfield for today's game in a tactical change by John Fashanu.
Jason Phillips and Tony Charles have both come off, replaced by Jamal and the lovely Pat McCarthy. Jason, I have to say it, everyone's been saying it, you had a rubbish game.
Yeah, say what you like, I don't really care.
Okay, well, I know you don't care, but why did you give the finger to the guy on the pitch as you walked off?
Because he was saying how good looking I was and how his wife fancied me.
No, he wasn't. Do you get that easily wound up?
Not at all.
Come on, you're a man. You've been told about discipline before.
Discipline, I play hard. And I tackle hard and I run hard. And the guy was about 5'6". So when my arm was around his neck, I thought it was his waist, he was that small. So he just booked me for nothing, really.
He's very bitter, isn't he? Well, I'm with Tony as well. Tony, are you as bitter as Jason?
No, not quite as bitter. Not quite as bitter as Jason.
Because you had a good start. You had a good start to the game, and you kind of went downhill.
Thank you. Well, kind of to be expected. I haven't played for a while, so fatigue did set in.
Okay. Do you think the team deserved the rollicking they got in the change room at half-time?
Of course, we could have found ourselves 2-1 down. So yeah, we needed something to give us a bit of a push.
Okay, well go and drown your sorrows. Go on.
Caroline.
See ya. Go on, Andy.
Caroline,
Sorry. Yeah.
Can you just ask Jason for me?
Yeah.
Big Mouth Andy wants a pop, does he?
Go on, Andy.
No, not a pop. He never seems to admit he's played bad, and everyone thinks he has. I mean, does he think he played well?
Andy just wants to know. You never seem to admit that you played badly, and you always think you play well.
Maybe,
do you think you played well?
Maybe he's deaf.
Just ask him. Do you think you played well today?
Because Andy knows.
Do you think you played well today?
Andy knows all about football.
I'm in. I told you he was bitter.
Well, I may know that about football. He knows that about life, I think.
I think you two both look like a couple of girls, to be honest.
You say that again, and I'll take my lipstick back off you. Well, a few minutes into the second half, but it's still 1-0 to Fash FC. Can they get another goal? Will Dingle score on his debut? That's what I want to know. Join us after the break.
Final trick of the day.
It's Weight Watchers from Heinz.
With its deliciously minty burst and lasting freshness, there's never been a mint like it. New extra mints. Go on, try one.
It's a bursting with the flavour. Juicy tomatoes, basil, dolmio bolognese.
A text?
Text? How come nobody talking no more?
Never mind, Papa. Just tell them it's ready.
Dinner's ready. I know. I text them. Text. I know how to press their buttons. When is your Dolmio Day?
New Sensations Black Bean Oriental Crackers. They're posh and crackers.
I don't think this on-demand thing is for us. Why not? It's for the big guys.
We're big.
What's big? What's big? Biggest people in 6 countries, biggest suppliers in 12 states, biggest an office in Guam. That is big. Yeah, we have big guy issues. Integration, outsourcing, on-demand issues. So you're saying this on-demand thing Is for us. Even though we're not that big.
Yet.
Act like a big guy, pay like a little guy.
What?
Save up to 60% in the court sale. Plus, with this pair of stunning brown leather sofas, there's an extra £300 off. Massive extra savings now on at Courts.
Cosmetic procedures like chemical peels can provide noticeable skin improvement. But if you'd like dramatic results without such measures, there's new Olay Regeneris Serum. It's not a chemical peel, but it gives you firmer, dramatically younger looking skin. Guaranteed. New Regeneris Serum from Olay.
Now the DVLA don't need to look here for out-of-date tax discs. They don't even need to look here or here. If your car tax is out of date or if you haven't declared your car as off the road, there's only one place the DVLA now need to look. Here. And if you aren't up to date, the database will automatically issue an £80 penalty. Here. The new car tax rules. Are you up to date?
Cleaner Clothes, Episode 6, and an unhappy reunion for Vince.
Still got an eye for bodywork then, Vince?
Pandora. Slumming it, are we?
I've always had a thing about the hot, musky, grimy smell of lemon.
That's the lemony fresh fragrance of Dad's Citrus Blast.
Vince, you always used to be so grubby.
Yeah, well, I do his washing now. Citrus Blast is out again, but will Vince be coming out too? Find out with Daz, the soap you can believe in.
Are you the manager?
Yes. They're on their way. It'll be about 20 minutes.
20 minutes? Something has to be done now.
Just a minute.
Would the owner of the silver Skoda Fabia please report to the information desk immediately?
Where are you going? Go round again.
Britain's Worst Driver 2 starts Monday at 8:30 on Bravo.
He's gone down close and you take the opposition. Don't like that one bit.
Welcome back to Fash FC, the big match today. It's the Fash FC boys in that crucial match against Henton Town. Fash FC are still winning, but what a match we've had so far. Aaron Sandu has come off, replaced by new player Mike Dingle. Pat McCarthy's gone on, Jamal has gone on, Jason Phillips is off, and Tony Charles has come off. We've even had arguments between the commentators and the players. I love it. Let's rejoin the boys.
Here's Sam Diamond, good ball in. Dingle is there, so too is Hinchliffe.
Is that the first save the goalie's made in the second half?
Not had anything to do, has he, Anthony O'Donnell?
Oh,
there's a chance now. Aloru to number 5, forward into his teammate Stuart Collins comes, and that's a big tackle in from Warren War.
He's given a
penalty. I don't believe it. Somehow he's given a penalty against Warren War. Anthony Okoli it was who was fouled here. I'm not quite sure of this at all. In comes the tackle, he took the ball, the player didn't even go down, and he didn't want to have the mickey taken out of him, David Price, but...
Well, I think that's an absolutely horrendous decision. It amazes me every week, Andy, how we are miles away from the action, yet we see it without the monitors.
How can you come across and win a tackle and take the ball out, the man doesn't even go down, and you get given a penalty? 8 minutes left to go in this game, and after an idiotic decision from our referee, we have a penalty here to Henton Town. Stuart Collins with a chance to be the hero of the day. Okoli steps up! Oh, Collins got a touch on it, but not enough to stop the ball going in, and it's Fash FC 1, Henton Town 1, 8 minutes to go, and John Fashanu's boys are being made to pay for complacency in this league game.
Well, I would say good penalty, it was awful, straight down the middle, and Stuart will be very disappointed he didn't save that.
What a match!
Oh, honestly, I'm so disappointed. We needed these 2 points, and the lads haven't done it today. They've not been at the races at all. They've really been pathetic, absolutely pathetic. I've never seen the lads like this, and I'm sure in the change room you'll hear excuse after excuse after excuse. You're not good enough today at all.
Here's Jamie Hinchliffe now. Could this be a chance to steal the game? Hinchliffe looks up, goes for goal! Went for power rather than placement, and we needed one of those Sam Diamond chips there, didn't we?
He caught it well, it was a very powerful shot, but...
On his left foot, not his strongest either. He did well to get that shot away. Here now, come on, Jamal Pereira. Sam Diamond makes a run. They thread it through to Hinchliffe. Falls to Pat McCarthy on the right-hand side. Diamond's in the area. Can they get the cross away? In it comes. Diamond's there near post. Deflects it just wide. Well.
Well, I tell you what more does he have to do, Sam Diamond? Well, score, I imagine is the answer to that one.
He's been in the positions all afternoon long. I'll tell you what, he chases down anything, Sam Diamond. There was nothing there for him to work with. A rubbish ball in, because McCarthy was under such pressure. And did ever so well, Sam Diamond, to even connect with that one.
Can I ask you on a serious note, Andy? I've got to get up for work on Monday. How much time's he played?
Well, still a chance for Fash FC to win it.
What was that?
Not if they play like that. There goes the full-time whistle then at Claremont Road. Paul Baker's the last touch of a disappointing game for Fash FC. 5 minutes gone when Jamie Hinchliffe scored, and they sat back and they were very complacent indeed, Fash FC today. A controversial penalty given by the referee David Price. Anthony Okoli it was who scored it 8 minutes from time, and even with 9 minutes added on by our referee, Fash FC could not find a winner. It finishes here at Claremont Road. Disappointment for all involved with Fash FC. The final score, Fash 1, Henton Town 1.
Back to the drawing board, aren't we, lads, eh? Back to the drawing board. That was probably our worst performance all season. It really was. For us to be up with the big boys, we've got to play with the big boys. We've got to do it continually all the time. Stand up, Stuart, tell us.
All I can see today is what happened is you've made 3 major changes all at once. And it's disrupted a team that has beaten Kings United 7-1. If you want to give Aaron a chance, Jason a chance, at least not make 3 whole changes into the first 11. It's just thrown the team around.
Sure, it's always the same, yeah? It's always the same people.
It's not always the same. I said to you, go in there. I said to you, go in there, do me a job what the governor does. Yeah. Just sit in there doing a holding position. That's all I asked you to do.
Right, I went in there, did that second half. You pulled me off. Yeah, you pulled the boys off. You swapped it around. It was from 1-0 up to 1-0. So we're not to blame. If anyone's to blame, you're to blame.
Take it as a team now.
No, I'm not blaming.
Hang on, Jason. Hang on, quiet.
I'm not blaming anyone.
You're not happy. Right. Here is a door here. If you're not happy, you can walk through there.
Listen.
Quite happy. We decide. We do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've got my opinion.
You got your opinion. We've heard it. All right, sit down. Gaffer.
You can't say because when you were off. When you were on, you were 1-0 up. Because you came off, all of a sudden, we now go to 1-1.
No. What I was saying was, if the team got changed around, 3 players came off, and that's the facts. I'm not. I thought, right, none of us were playing particularly well. I agree with you out there. Today's game was poor. I was poor. My hands are up.
Yeah, no one's saying. I'm not saying I played well. Everyone was poor.
Regardless of the changes, the 3 players that come in should be good enough to do a job.
Exactly.
Regardless. That should be it. No excuses.
You can't. If you're going to stay right, you deserve a chance. When you get the chance, you've got to take it. That's the thing. You've got to take the chance. I appreciate you're not match fit, but why you've got to try hard. As the gaffer said, 20 minutes. Do 20 minutes.
If you're out of the team, yeah, like you 3 were, yeah, and you come into the team, you got to want to keep your place. So you got to perform. You can't make excuses when the match goes bad, because if it went well, then you would have been expected to play next week.
Warren,
you can't make no excuses, please, lads. That's the worst thing you can do.
Right, Warren. Just get one thing straight. Right? I never made excuses.
Yeah. One thing we've always got is we've got fight. We've got balls, always. Today was the first time we didn't have any balls. Them on the sideline, they were intimidating us. Them in the stands, they were intimidating us. All over. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm saying to the governor, come back in, kick the hell out of them, governor. Come back in again. Let's kick it all off. Every time there's a tear up, let's all of us go and have a punch up. Is that what we want? No, it's not. I speak to Sam, I shout at Sam. So all of a sudden, Sam now wants to shout, scream and shout back at me. Shoot early. Shoot hard. Shoot low. 20 years I've done that. So I pass on what I know to other players. But all of a sudden he scored a few goals and he's I can do it myself now. We're all changing. Keep our feet on the ground. Each and every one of you. We were playing a bottom of the league team today. I made 3 changes. Only 3. Only 3. We say, oh, you take the heart out of the game, the team, the best players. Well, now we know they're the best players. Why should I give anybody else a chance? I want to play my strongest team. You guys, we can go to the top or we can stay at the bottom. It's not a major crisis. Remember, we've drawn. We didn't lose. But we've set our standards. We set our standards. And as far as we're concerned, mentally, we lost today.
Very disappointing day then for Fash FC here today at Claremont Road. Definitely 2 points dropped in the end. They were lucky to get away with a point. I'm sure John Fashanu will admit that later when he speaks to Andy and Caroline. Anyway, let's have a look at the league table and today's other results and see just how things are shaping up in the Henton and District League. 3 games scheduled for today, one of them called off though. Kings United, the champions, didn't play against Kosovo because of an icy pitch today. 2 games did go ahead, confirmation of the result here, 1-1 between Henton Town and Fash FC, and a big win at the bottom of the table for Highgate Albion against Goulburn. Something of a shock there because Goulburn were second going into today's games. Highgate Albion second from bottom. That result turning the league table on its head. Let's have a look at the standings as a result. So Fash FC slipped from 6th in the table to 7th. They're overtaken by Highgate Albion, who go on to 11 points thanks to today's victory over Goulburn, something we really didn't expect to happen. As a result as well, Kings United and St Andrews see the pendulum swing in their favour in the championship race. Goulburn missed the chance to go clear at the top of the table as a result. Very, very tight down there at the bottom of the table indeed, and John Fashanu will certainly be feeling the heat at the moment.
Well, they've let me in from the cold, the commentary position where I was freezing, but a man who warmed us up in the first 5 minutes was a goal scorer. Jamie, well done.
Thank you, Andy.
That's, I think, 5 goals in the last 3 games, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
What are your thoughts about the goal? What do you remember?
Well, Brendan played the ball in, spun around the defender, spun in my path and knocked it in the bottom corner. Not as nice as I'd like to hit it, but they'll count it winning.
A goal, nevertheless, though, and but 2 points dropped, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is 2 points dropped. The penalty was very harsh. Thought it was a great tackle. The referee gave it apparently for pulling back. I didn't see nothing like that, but we didn't play well as a team, but at least we didn't lose. We got a point. It's better than nothing.
Okay. Well, you talk about the penalty. There's a man next to me, for my money, the man of the match. What are your thoughts about the penalty?
Well, the little geezer's phoning up Megan on me, and he's got past me. I've made the ground back up, and I've made a clean attempt to go for the ball. Won the ball. Ref was in a bad position to see what happened. He says I was holding him, didn't touch him. I won the ball in my eyes.
How disappointing is it now that, in some people's eyes, that you've lost the league? Would you agree with that?
I don't think we've lost the league. I think we can still pick it up again. What the gaffer needs to do now is probably be a bit ruthless as a manager and start playing his best 11 every week. And if we get injuries, then he's got to fill them spaces with the others.
Okay. Now, last but by no means least is my favourite, my friend, Mr. Phillips. Now, we had a quick chat or during the second half, I should say, and I asked you if you thought you played well, and you're like, oh, I'm going to know, and you made a few comments. There was even a hand signal to one of the players. On a serious note, do you think you played well? Do you think you should come off? What are your thoughts?
On a serious note, no, I don't think I played well. I don't think any of us played well. But I'm manly enough to take it. You know, I know I didn't play well.
Okay. Hand in your heart, would you pick yourself in the starting 11?
I'd pick myself in the squad. I would like
you put yourself in the squad? Well, that's good.
If I played regularly, I think I'd like to think I could play.
So do you think it's purely down to match fitness that you lack?
No, I'd like to play on the pitch every week and then judge it.
Okay. You made a few comments today, which in theory could get you in a bit of trouble. You did. Are those necessary? Those comments?
Listen, I say what I feel. Not like, you know, some people don't say what they feel. They go around talking behind each other's back.
Okay.
Like last week, you told Fabian what Ricky said, and then that started a fight. I tell him to their faces, and if I want arguments, I tell him. And I made an argument.
We're over here.
If I made an argument today, then that was what I.
But I think, wasn't it Mark Twain that said it's better to keep your mouth shut and people think you're silly than open it and actually confirm you are?
Thank you. Hey, listen, I know quite a bit. I know about football, right? The comments you make some weeks, right? You've got your golden balls, you've got your favourites, and you stick to those, right? So I don't want you to be.
Okay. Let me ask you one last question. Would you pick yourself next week?
No.
Well, guys.
Is that what you were looking for?
Guys,
No.
well, I was just asking for your views on it.
No, all right. Rewind the tape, right? When they score the goals.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You watch the evidence, okay? You know, I remember the tackles I made to win the free kick, which scored the goal, right? I put commitment out there today, right? And whatever I do, I give 100%. And
Yeah, but you may have had commitment, but you were told to play in a holding position, which you quite clearly weren't.
No, the second half I was told to play in a holding position. I stayed back 10 yards with him Warren. That's what I was told to do, and that's what I did.
He said it in the first half.
All right, okay, all right. It's a bit of banter. It's all a bit of fun. It's a TV show at the end of it. Guys, thanks for having a chat with us. I've had some fun, and 1.12 lost. Is the league over with?
John Fashanu. It was a beautiful day, not such a beautiful match.
Very poor match. We threw away. We dropped 2 points. Top of the table, I hear, big games, they all lost as well. We could have really moved up.
Okay, now let's get to the bottom of this. Lots of banter in the changing room just then. I mean, would it be fair to say that you and Mace put out the team, you created your own problem?
Oh, most definitely. We select the team. We bear all responsibility for the team. And if there are any problems, let's try and sort them out in-house, in the changing room. As you heard, Jason said he feels like Mace and myself are making him the fool. You know, totally what he means, I don't understand. But everybody has a situation, everybody has an issue, and they want to express themselves. And I try and, the way I manage, I like to have freedom of speech. Let's hear what you've got to say, first of all.
Okay. But, I mean, to be fair, on your behalf, they don't listen to you all the time, do they?
Well, the fact that we drew today against a team who is a pretty poor team at the bottom of the league, they're not listening to Mace and myself. They're starting to believe in their own publicity. Obviously, if you get boys that are going out with women every night and they're going to nightclubs and they're reading them about themselves in the newspaper and they're scoring goals, we thought we'd won the match before we'd even kicked off. We're getting so confident, so arrogant, we thought we'd won before we'd even started. We've just got to come back down and put our feet on the ground.
Okay. You also quoted in the change room, you said they didn't play badly in the right way. I mean, how do you play badly in a good way?
No, I say what is not a crime is playing badly.
Right.
That's not a crime. But the way you lose, if you go into a match and you lose where you just give up and you don't really care, that's a crime.
Yeah.
But if you play the best you can and you go out there and you run and you chase and you still lose, okay, that's acceptable.
Okay. Do you have favourites?
I don't have favourites. I have a strongest team.
Yeah.
I have a backbone, I have the strongest team. But at the same time, I want to give the other boys a chance because I might be proven incorrect. Sometimes you might say that somebody else is better than Jamie or Jason or Sam. But they've got to prove it, and I give them the opportunity to prove it. But what they're saying is, oh, we're not fit. But I say, well, you go out there and you play for the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes the best you can. and you'll get your fitness slowly. But of course, we're all looking for excuses. When we were winning out there, 7-6-0, everybody was fantastic, and there was no excuses then. But now we're coming to the crux of it, and the really tough bit, where you should roll up your sleeves and fight, we've got excuses.
So you do feel like it's more important to give people a chance than to win the game, or not?
I believe that the team that I put out will win the game. It might be a weaker side or a stronger side, but I always believe that this team, the most important thing is to win games. I'm not here to satisfy the cravings of one or two players who want to play. I want to win the league or get to the top of the Premier League.
Okay.
Well, first league match of the new season, what a load of rubbish, 1-1.
We had a great goal from Jamie Hinchcliffe though.
Yeah, we had a penalty that wasn't a penalty.
Ooh, and what about your argument with Jason Phillips?
Phillips, don't make me laugh, he's an absolute...
Join us next week at 8:30, we'll see you then.
We actually turned up and we showed Fash FC how to play a decent game of football today. Yeah. So next time round you'll be very lucky if you get away with a 1-0 draw.
Now it's about 25 yards out, a little bit right of centre. This is a real dangerous position. They've got to cover that near post.
It's not a lot of time to change history, but for Frank Parker, it's all he's got. 7 days. Weekdays at 7 p.m, only on Bravo.
How can you prepare your body to be pushed to its limit? Or train harder and recover quicker? The Lucozade Sports Science Academy is dedicated to answering these questions. We can already improve top athletes' endurance and maintain a footballer's performance, even into extra time. But we know we can do more, and we will. For us, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Are you ready?
For your villa holiday, visit jamesvillas.co.uk. You could save when you book online. Relax by your own private pool with James Villa Holidays.
Get one of these 3 polyphonic ringtones for your Nokia. Just text the word Polly followed by the song name you want and send it to the number 8181. So text Polly and the song name to